Hello and welcome to Round Robin. I'm your host, Robin McCormick with the City of Hampton. And today we're going to give you some tips and ideas if you're thinking of signing your child up for youth sports in the city. My guest is DeRocke Croom. Welcome.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
And you're in charge of actually not just youth sports. I think you're involved in adult recreation as well.
All athletic, sports, youth, and adult. And then we have a little bit with adaptive sports as well.
I know, you've brought that in.
Yeah,
That's
with Linda
great.
Gomez.
Well, so how do people, the city runs some youth sports leagues,
yes,
but there's a lot of independent nonprofits who do the rest.
Correct.
How can a parent sort their way through all that?
Well, first of all, you can go to our website where we have all our sports that are listed. So if you need to do that, hampton.gov/athletics. But again, going back to what you were saying, Little League sports are ran by associations.
Yep.
And then
we have quite a few of those.
Yeah, quite a few of Little League
Phoebus.
with Phoebus, Northampton, and then with Phoebus, Northampton, and I'm thinking Aberdeen.
Okay.
Aberdeen has an association as well. Other sports, youth football and youth basketball, are ran by associations. Those associations, you sign up directly with those associations. Other sports as well as soccer, we have associations, PAA and VIP United, so you can sign up as well with those. When it comes to camps and clinics, we actually do those ourselves. We partner with Lions Bridge for soccer, and we do volleyball camps ourselves, and those are done strictly through the summertime.
So the other thing is that people need to start thinking about sports before the season. Like winter is when you think about signing up for your spring sports, right?
Correct. A lot of people have a misconception that right around during the time when the sports are supposed to start, that's when signups. But it's 30 days before. You might want to think about 30 days before the actual season. So in football, we start in August. So signups are usually started through June. Up through August, and then with basketball, we're actually registering now through December.
So November,
December, December, with the season starting in January.
And then soccer would be?
Soccer would spring, so you're looking at February. Soccer and baseball right around that same time, that February, March, because they usually start practicing that late March, April.
And let's think of the rest of the sports. I know there's swimming organizations.
Swimming,
serious good one.
Yeah,
and then there's the
swimming is kind of different because
kinda.
You can go year round with swimming.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Don't
so
I know?
it's kind of year round, and a lot of other sports you can go year round. But swimming, pretty much that's summertime and/or spring. If you would give us a call, we can give you specific dates and specific numbers that you can call to get those registration numbers and contact people.
All right. So if I'm thinking my young child, let's say,
yes,
is interested in sports, is uncoordinated, doesn't have a particular interest, how do I, you can meet and talk to some
folks? You can give us a call. We can pretty much tell you, which sports are good for them at a certain age. Soccer starts about 4. So yes, you can start soccer at 4. They're starting a lot of baseball programs at 4 and 5. And that right there, yes, that right there helps your fine motor skills, your coordination, your hand-eye coordination. So those are the best sports that get into. Now, some football programs start kids out at 5. The city of Hampton does not currently. And if we would do flag because of, the aspect of tackling. That's a totally different, segment. So, yes, when it starts to come in looking at younger kids and the sports that they choose, you might want to choose a non-traditional sport, and/or a sport that is low impact.
I was thinking, I think swimming is where my younger child started. And
yes.
Five,
Swimming is good. It's
yeah.
cardio, and it just builds up a lot of their muscles as well.
Now, when I was a kid, I spent all my free time reading books indoors. But sports can be a a positive element in a child's development?
Yeah, sportsmanship, camaraderie. You learn the aspects of winning and losing, how to be a good sport, and the aspects of knowing how to, take a loss and keep it moving. Sports is just a bridge for life. Life comes at you different ways, just as sports do. So with that, we try to, Parks and Recreation is pretty much non-competitive, although you are competitive, but we want to make sure that they get a good foundation and they enjoy the sport so they can grow into the sport as well as other sports.
Well, you also mentioned fine motor skills.
Yes.
I mean, gross motor skills and
Yes.
strength building and cardio, right?
Hand-eye coordination. Yeah. All that is encompassed in pretty much all of the sports that you have. The thing of it is a lot of the sports, youth sports, are volunteer-based. So what we try to do in Parks and Recreation is make it so that coaches understand the basic skills. We make it mandatory for all coaches to have, first of all, a background check. Got to be safe.
I think that's important.
Yes, it's always safe to have a background check, as well as we do certifications. So your specific sport, there are certifications that you have that you can go online and get certified for, and then we make sure that each coach is certified when it comes to us. Now, Little League Baseball, they have certifications as well, but when it comes to Parks and Recreation facilitated sports, we make sure that all coaches have that certification.
So when you said volunteer-based, as a mom, my memory went to you have to bring snacks, you have to work the concession stand, you have to work a timer or be a lane judge.
A lot of that has changed when it comes to volunteer-based, as well as being a coach. They are team moms. So now the team moms are the snack coordinators. And some of them are, coaches as well. So it's changed where you don't have to worry about keeping the time. My staff, take care of all that because we feel that you have enough as being a coach, period. Spending 2 to 3 hours a day with a kid 5-6 days a week, we can alleviate some of that stuff when it comes to game preparation. So that's what we try to do because we do appreciate, any person going out there volunteering their time for the youth. That's major.
Now, there's this other side to parents sometimes when you get into the more competitive levels. How do you handle that situation if a parent is a little aggressive, shall we say, in the stands?
You're talking about the parents that their kid at 5-year-olds are going from rec league basketball to the NBA.
I literally had a coworker once who said, I can't go to my kids' games because I get too into it and I yell too much. He's like, I've learned to stay home.
The microwavable parents. But what we do, we have a parent code of conduct. And each parent has to sign that, as well as the commissioner of the team. And it just outlines, the kids are there to play the game. Not so much going to the NBA or going to the next level. Again, it's for them to enjoy a sport. So, we got to remind them to keep it as that. And so if they don't, we do have Hampton's finest at our events, so they might
only
need
at the city-run ones.
Yes,
though, right?
Correct. There's a big thing in terms of youth sports, trying to make it back to youth sports and not as competitive as it has been in the past.
Sometimes they'll have older kids, but teenagers be the referees, and it's just wrong if someone starts yelling.
Yeah, and parents, that's a lot of in soccer and baseball because of the nature of that sport. And when parents do berate a high school kid, it's not good. And usually.
So we're going to be on top of that situation.
Yes, what I've seen is a lot of parents are coming to the aid of the kids now. So, if you have a parent like that, in Hampton, I know that parents will, hey, just calm down, take a relax, and you might want to walk away for a little bit.
That's great.
Yeah.
Now, when it is the other organizations, the Little Leagues, the soccer PAA, the city is still a part of that because those
Correct.
are our fields.
Correct, correct. And we mandate that all of them should have background checks as well, and then we make sure that they have a safe place to play on. With that said, I meet with all the commissioners. I know them by name. They have my phone numbers. And then we go out there and check to make sure everything is squared away. We have a great partnership. A lot of the little leagues have been around here as long as I've been playing, 30 and 40 years, and they have some great organizations and great people that run those organizations. So, we've never had any problems, with them and not doing what they're supposed to do, and making sure that, it's fair and it is safe, for the kids. And people are actually going out there watching the games.
Yeah. Well, at Gosnell's Hope in the fall, it's all you see is mostly the Pee Wee leagues, and there's some fall soccer, but pretty much football takes over at a certain point.
Yes.
And it's fun to watch.
Gosnell on a Saturday, on any given Saturday, you can have in between 2,000 and 3,000 people just come through because we play so many games there. We have 3 fields out there. We used to play all 4 of our leagues, but now our older league plays at West Hampton. And our younger leagues play at Gosnell, but it's an electric atmosphere. And it's great because a lot of the travel leagues now, a lot of the other football leagues, not in the city of Hampton, their parents have to travel so far.
Yeah.
Gosnell
when
Hope,
you get good, if you do that travel, it's hard.
Well, Gosnell Hope, if you have a parent that has 3 kids, she can go from one field to another and see all her kids play.
That is
because they're so
I used to have to juggle 2 soccer fields, 2 different age groups.
Yeah, and so, Gosnell Hope, well, we call it the Mecca because, a lot of kids, in the city and myself grew up playing at that field. And so now you don't have to worry about, having to travel to Newport News and then going to Norfolk. You're right at Gosnell.
Well, and so, I think my kids got into the sports that were in our neighborhood or that their friends were already in, but we have a military community. We have a lot of new people in town. So you were saying they can just call you and talk through, here's what my kid wants or is good at, here's the age group, and you can make some recommendations.
You call the athletics office, and our staff is well versed in, just talking to you, seeing what kind of sports your kids are into, what you're thinking about doing, what you want to do, and then we can guide you as to who you need to talk to. And what we pretty much try to do is if you're centrally located or if you're located in a specific area, we can give you that person's number or that area to call. Little League is based on districts, so it's kind of tricky. If you live in this district, you can play in another one, but you have to get a waiver form, and we can talk you through that as well.
That's interesting.
Yes. Now, soccer, wide open, as well as football and basketball.
Well, and also some of those teams, there's different levels of it. There's this swimming group that's casual, this swimming group that's year-round and very competitive. But
I think a majority of all those have a recreational side compared to a competitive side. So, they still want you to enjoy the sport, but as you grow and you're thinking about getting into that competitive level, you can do that as well, or you can stay on the recreation level. It pretty much is based on, the parent and the kid and how much they want to, go into it.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
So there's lots of opportunities.
Very much so.
People need to think about it sooner than they might realize. And where's your website again? How do they get this information?
Hampton.gov/athletics, or they can call the athletics office 757-726-8750.
All right. Thank you, DeRocke.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for watching. Even though it is probably not the right season outside, you need to be thinking one season ahead and looking for those opportunities for your kids to get team experience and motor skills and cardio, and whether or not they're going to be the great athlete, it's still a wonderful opportunity for kids. Thanks for watching.